kissing in relationships, because this is a time of in my life that hasn't hit yet with you girls, which I think is an interesting change, because it also involves, in a way, the family, which is when your son breaks up with his girlfriend that you really like. And this has just happened with my middle son, and I really liked his girlfriend, and I really got along, and I really thought she fit right in, and yet I saw that she was a pretty strong character for my son. I really was disappointed, and I'm thinking, how do you, because there's quite a few girls that come into the relationship. If you have 3 boys like myself, they some come and stay longer, some don't last very long, but nevertheless, I seem to get very attached because I see them as a choice that my son made, so I would like to like them. I'm very open to, like we said, no one's perfect, but I'm always willing to get to know them and enjoy their company. And when they're ready to let go, I'm not.
So that's where you just keep her, be her friend, and go shopping.
But I already have about 4 of those.
That's a oh boy.
They keep piling up. And I'm wondering, is that the right thing to do? Is it okay because I have, honest to God, I've got a few girls that still keep in touch with me.
I don't think
it's not bad.
They'd be happy about it.
It's
like when the right one comes, I don't think that girl will be very happy that you still get along with an ex-girlfriend.
Those girls are very
but
young,
is it,
and they'll
but
go
is
on
it,
with their life.
well, I know that, but is it more, what I'm asking, is
well,
it more
sometimes
about...
you can get really attached to family, and then it becomes a
if
problem.
she's still not attached to your son though, so if she has a bond and a friendship with
Right.
you, and she says, okay, I'm willing to let son go, and I've moved on with this other person, or she's living her life, she's going to school, she's doing whatever she's doing, but she still stays in contact with you, then she has a friendship with you.
Yes.
Most of the time, 99% of the time, she's probably just going to grow up, continue to grow up.
Oh,
go on in
I
her
understand.
And you'll always be
I'm saying it more from my son's point of view. Like, how does that feel? Because you really are kind of like you are, and yet I care about some of these girls, and they were part of your family for some time, and then they're sort of done, and when you still keep in touch, I've had it where I would say like, oh, I heard that she got a puppy, and he's kind of like, who cares? And I'm like, but it's so nice, right?
I don't know if I tell them.
It's very like, it's an iffy situation that I'm just kind of trying to
well, I think it could become a problem
Yeah.
when they get a relationship that is serious, and depending the girl, right? Because everybody's different.
Yeah.
Maybe at some point, and if one of the kids get married and stuff, then the girl, if you're still friends with one of the ex-girlfriends, probably she's not gonna be very happy with that. Because of course she will like to be the number one.
I think it depends on the dynamic,
That's
whether
right.
or not you can. I mean, there's people that, I have a friend, and she was. It's like even with people that were once married,
yeah.
and she's one of her best friends is her ex-husband, which is probably not the most normal thing or usual thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yet on the other hand, there are people that, I was once engaged when I was young, and we were such very good friends that we are still very good friends. I think that there's different degrees of letting go,
Mm-hmm.
and it would be the same thing with the boys and a relationship that you might have with them, because the girls right now are awfully young, they're likely to go on. But yet, you don't know, like they might have created enough of a bond, as long as it's not a problem with your son or something, then
But I can
maybe
see that being quite, I think it's more an emotional thing for mothers than for dads, because my ex, he's like, okay, they're done, and we're more nurturing, we're like, oh, it's
They're like, let's keep her.
Yeah, that's right.
sensitive.
So
I think that's
it's a very interesting stage in my life, seeing new people come and go that were part of our family, not part of our family, and I'm sort of like very sensitive to these things, and it just, it was kind of sad last week. We lost a girlfriend.
And it will end up working out the way it was supposed to.
Oh, absolutely. I have no doubt for that
With
at all.
3 boys, like I'm not even there on the same page.
Yes, but that's just like I'm saying, you're not there yet, but you will be there someday.
Well,
and
I
it'll be
have
interesting.
one girl, and if I don't like him, then we're not keeping him anyways.
Yeah.
Bye. We're not being friends. You know. But I think that each individual might be different. It's a capacity in which they can then retain a relationship with you if they want to.
Yeah.
It creates a bit of an oddball situation.
It does.
Oh, come
It's a
on, I
little
really
bit-
like her.
Yeah.
You know. But I think that as long as it's not something that interferes between your relationship with your son,
Right.
which is the most important
Right.
relationship,
That is true.
then I think that it could be something that could work.
And that's when
itself
it
out.
comes to the point that maybe your son is like, oh, who cares, I don't care, because he's a guy, right? Pretty much it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it doesn't matter.
Guys are
Any more
But the girlfriend might be saying, why your mom, why your mom keeps talking to your girlfriend?
Yes, I get
ex-girlfriend. And well,
That's a good
I don't
point.
like that, it's unfair.
That's a good
I'm
point.
telling you because it happened to me.
And then you're just
so
mom
I-
and you're
But I'm telling you, it can have an opposite effect too. I have had it where the last 2 girls that they were with, and I'm talking, some of the past comes into the forefront of their relationship now. And because we're so easygoing about it, and they feel like, it's almost like the more you relax about it, they ease into the situation in an open sort of viewpoint that, they're not like, oh, I don't like you, but I liked her. I like you all.
Yeah, happy fun.
Everybody.
Let's get real for barbecue.
6 girlfriends each, there's 18 girls, and it's just more shopping, yeah.
That is
More
true.
reasons.
I've actually had a really good time shopping for girlfriends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
I think as a mom, we remain, even my daughter, she's 8.5, but she's growing up a lot faster than I realized. But I think as a mom, you always have that sort of innate kind of, I want to be involved in everything sort of thing, but it's letting go and letting the situation just kind of happen. But I don't think we'll ever lose our desire to be a part of everything.
Yes,
that
true.
way.
True.
Whether it's our relationships or whether it's,
I actually find it very hard with boys
Schooling,
because I'm
yeah.
one of the last ones. I'll be the first one they'll call for money and the last one they'll call for like something that is more pressing, It's like, couldn't you have called me? And they're like,
it's like,
why?
don't tell mom though, because it'll make her upset.
That's right? But I'm not an upset kind of person, but there's still, now I feel with my boys, it's their buddies. Parents, me, so it'll come back sometime.
Because with girls, that's what they said. Well, that I have a boy and a girl. I noticed, like the boys, when they're little, they're more attached to the mom and stuff.
Yep, and then
They get older and they become more like,
Less.
I don't want to be calling my
yeah,
mom.
and especially
And the
when they
girls
do
is the
have a
other way around.
girlfriend, the girlfriend will take that place.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that,
Yeah.
but I'd like to talk to my boys more. So you have to make an effort to reach them because
Yeah.
they ain't reaching you.
No, and I
It's
think
true.
there's different stages in your life where,
Yes.
your children need you or they
Yeah.
bond with you. Sometimes it's happening when they're little and they really need that reinforcement or something, and then there's the, sort of tumultuous sort of teen years where they kind of withdraw or something like that, and they're not as responsive or telling you what they're feeling because they're not even sure what they're feeling is normal anyways.
Right.
And then there's different times in their life that they'll come back to you.
Absolutely.
You might find the kids need you
Absolutely.
more in your 20s or 30s than they did when they were 9,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, I think there's different stages throughout that even as ourselves, if you look at it, is where have you needed your
Yeah, I
mother
see
or
it
your
from my
father?
ex. Now that he is like in his 50s, he's more closer to his parents and make sure he calls. And before I used to say, call your mom. Like you haven't talked to your mom for a month,
they
right?
a little bit longer.
Yeah.
We start thinking
Right.
about
So that's my spiel to the summer. Oh no, now I'm really screwing it up.
What is the strawberries?
The strawberry
I was gonna
thing.
say, if, you know, before you kiss,
Yes, have some strawberries. And hug your ex daughter. Your ex
With strawberries?
brush your teeth with strawberries. I know it sounds really weird, but
What about the little seeds?
well, just floss after Miryam. But
Really? Are you
you
like
would make your
absolutely
teeth
sure
really
about
nice
that?
and white and
With strawberries.
And it also brush your teeth. I've noticed it really works well with coconut oil. It works amazing to make your teeth white. The nice thing about strawberries is you can
I'm
put
gonna
them
do
in
that
everything.
tonight.
It's strawberry season.
You don't have oily teeth after coconut oil?
have oily
No,
teeth.
because they all
And
get
strawberries also make a really nice facial as well.
What?
Because they're exfoliating strawberries. So mash up some strawberries, throw in some honey, throw in a little sugar, and
Lemon?
it's a nice exfoliant for your skin. You will be glowing.
Lemon, well, you have to be careful when you use lemon to don't go out on the sun because then you get stains.
Oh, okay.
But just do the
You get
facial.
brown spots.
I'm
I
always
remember
big
a
for
friend-
food on the face.
A friend having a
strawberries
beer on
on the face.
having a beer and putting some lemon, and she was sucking the lemon. Oh my god, I still remember.
Bad
Then
experience.
it's just we were out, so you know, in the ocean and stuff, and then she turned around and like, oh my god, a mustache. She was talking about the lemon and
Okay, leave the lemon out of the face.
the sun heat, and she had a mustache. And it was like a brown thing. It lasts 2 weeks.
Dear God, don't
So
do
do
anything
not
with
use lemon when you go
In
to
the
sun.
sun.
Okay.
Just in your hair. if you want
So
to.
stay safe, stay warm, cool I mean.
No, stay warm. Stay warm.
I'm still strawberries with chocolate.
Strawberries and chocolate.
Stay warm.
Strawberry facial. Brush your teeth with some strawberries.
I don't know. I am talking to it. I mean, you know, sometimes you have these, you know, little screw ups. That's
We
two.
can just blog that later.
Yeah,
You
you want that.
can
Just
blooper
go
sections.
Yeah, blooper sections. That's right. Stay warm in the summer.
So stay warm. Definitely have some strawberries
So
and
much
chocolate.
coffee and a soup.
Go kiss somebody.
That's right.
Okay, I'm
So